I'm gonna be honest with you, I love how I look with glasses even though I don't need them. And that's the glare. Before we get started, I would like to warn you guys that this vlog contains spoilers from the City of Ashes and City of Bones books, so I suggest you keep watching at your own discretion. Thank you! What is up, you guys? I'm Leah and welcome back to my channel. In today's vlog, it's not today's vlog, it's gonna be a big vlog, I'm gonna admit, because what day is today? Where is my phone? I am so not prepared for this. Today is Tuesday, June 7th, 2022, and I am starting the Mortal Instruments reading vlog. Before we get excited, I have already read City of Bones, which is the first installment in the Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments series. So in this vlog, I'm going to be reading from, where is my copy of the book? I'm gonna be reading from City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. Obviously, we already know this was written by Miss Cassie Clare. And I'm going to reading from the second book, which is City of Ashes, through the sixth book, I believe. If not, then we will make changes. We will arrange these vlogs of, you know, the Mortal Instruments, and I'm honestly really excited. I already read the first book. I think I love it. I love it. I don't know if I rated it 5 stars or 4 stars, but I will like talk more about it maybe in the next clip or so. But let me just finish wrapping my head around this intro. So I don't know how long this vlog is going to take. Like, I don't know how long am I going to take reading the series. I do not have the whole series right now. I am literally buying one book at a time just in case I don't enjoy the series as it progresses, although I have heard really good like stuff about it. I'm trying to like ignore the bad stuff about it because I know things that happen in the series, like plot twists and whatever. By the way, I am not sure if there's gonna be spoilers in this vlog. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll add like a "you're entering the danger zone" thing or something like that for when I do talk about spoilers. But yeah, as I was saying, I've heard really good things about this book, also bad things, but like I'm leaning more towards the good things, you know, and I'm really excited. Again, I don't know how long this is gonna take. This could take me literally the rest of the year, and you might be seeing past Leah and then you'll be seeing like present Leah. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. You'll get to see my reactions, what I think about the book, my opinions, like literally the book from my eyes, like the books from my eyes and from my mind. Like, I'm really excited about my reactions to the books. Like, if you could have seen my reactions to the first book, it was crazy, I swear. But I'm just really excited. Like, it's June. This is my most anticipated reading for June, even though, you know, this book is from like 2008, but I'm just so happy with this. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm starting this today, June 7th. So we shall see. Without further ado, let's get started with this reading block because honestly I cannot wait any longer to read this. Parenthesis, I'm not sure if I'm gonna annotate this book. I regret not annotating the first one. I know that if I were to ever reread the first one, I will be annotating it. So if within the first 2 chapters there's things that I want to annotate, then I will be annotating this book. If there's not, then I'm not gonna annotate any of the series, honestly, because I don't really want to have like some books in the series annotated and some not annotated. That's just how I work. I don't know why. So yeah, we shall see. Anyways, let's go. I'm really excited for this. So while I have you here, I realized that I did not share with you guys my thoughts on the first book of the Shadowhunter series, Mortal Instruments series, which is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Obviously, this vlog is all about her. And honestly, I love this book. Okay, so a few years ago, I actually bought the first book and I started reading it and I was not clicking with it. I ended up not finishing it, like DNFing it and donating it and getting rid of it. And lately with the movie and the TV adaptation, like I have been rewatching those constantly, and I was like, you know, I cannot get enough of this world. I need to read the books. I am so glad that I read this. Like, I don't know why it didn't click with me the first time around. Maybe because I wasn't really into fantasy, even though I was pretending to be. But now I actually have like the mental capacity to understand a fictional world like this, like a fantasy world like this, like a complete different world than my own, I guess. And honestly, I really am enjoying this. Like, some people say that Clary and Jace are kind of boring characters, like they prefer Magnus or Alec. Honestly, same. Like, I cannot wait to get more into the story, to read about Magnus and Alec. I cannot wait to get more into the story for more Malik content, because, you know, the first book barely has any. But I am enjoying this. Like, for example, there's this scene, this whole chapter actually, where Luke is telling Clary like about his past, about how he became a werewolf, how he was part of the circle and the uprising. And I was worried when I got to that chapter, because there are a lot of pages in that chapter, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a backstory, there's a lot of pages, I'm not gonna like it, this is where I'm gonna be done with the book, I'm gonna DNF it again. Cassandra Clare found a way to reel me in and make me not realize how many pages I was actually reading, and I love that. Like, I wasn't aware of how many pages I had read already, because I was so into it. The way that Luke told the story, I was in love with it. I don't really like Valentine. I mean, obviously he's the villain, but like, I really hope we get more of a villainous side to him, like not just words and not just some things from his past. Like, I know he wasn't telling the truth and all of that just to mess up with Jace and Clary, and you know, like, we know he's really manipulative, like, I don't know how to say that word. He manipulates a lot, and that really messes up with me. Like, I hate the guy. Like, I really hope that I enjoy hating him, but like, I don't even enjoy hating him yet. Like, I want to enjoy hating him, you know, like a character that you love to hate. Also, like, obviously there's a lot of differences from the adaptations to the book, but like, at least the movie adaptation is very faithful to the book, which I am glad. Like, it's actually pretty faithful, which again, I am glad. The TV show did whatever it wanted, honestly, even though I still love it because that means more content. And speaking of the series adaptation, the main characters, the main actors who play Clary and Jace in the TV series, Kat McNamara and Dominic Sherwood, I believe, they have a podcast called Return to the Shadows, and they are rewatching the whole series and like talking about their experience filming, the behind the scenes, like their journey through filming and getting Shadowhunters ready for the fans and for the TV show. And like, I am in love with it. Like, every chance that I get, I'm listening to the podcast. If I'm not reading, I'm listening to the podcast, and I am so excited. They even like have guest speakers, like, you know, their castmates are guests for the podcast. Like, Alberto is in there, he plays Simon. Magnus, Harry, who plays Magnus. And honestly, that is so exciting, like knowing about the behind the scenes, how the show came to be. I love it. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend you listen to the podcast. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if I'm rating this 4 or 5 stars. Obviously, like, the little plot twist, I already know what happens since I watched the series, so I already know the plot twist is not really, like, it's gonna come with more plot twists in the future, so that kind of bothers me. You know, like, I didn't really have a big reaction because I already knew what happens here, and you know, like, it doesn't really matter to me like that this happened, because I already know things are gonna change in the next few books. But overall, I love this book. Like, I think this could become one of my favorite fantasy supernatural series, and I am here for it, honestly. 4 to 5 stars. I still don't know, maybe 4.5 stars. I'm gonna give it like 4.5 stars. Yeah, I love this first book. I'm in the second one. I'm in like the 4th chapter, but I'm gonna be updating it. Maybe the book is divided in 3 parts, so maybe in each part I'll be giving you guys updates. I do know that people say that chapter 8 is gonna bring out a bit of a reaction from me, so I'll let you guys know what I think about that when I get there. But yeah, I'm actually really excited reading this, and I cannot wait to see what happens in City of Ashes, which is the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. I know I look crazy, okay? Bear with me. I need to do my hair. But I finished part 1 of City of Ashes. In case you didn't know, these books are usually divided into 3 parts, and I said that I was going to do an update with each part that I read. So I have a sticky note with all of my thoughts so that I wouldn't forget. The first thing I want to talk about is Maris. We get to meet Maris, which is the Lightwood's mother in this book, I believe, because I don't think we meet her in the first one. No, we don't. And honestly, I feel bad for her because I can feel her internal conflict, which she doesn't trust Jace, but at the same time she knows Jace, but she can't really trust Jace since he is Valentine's son, so she doesn't know what is the truth. Also, she wants to protect him. We clearly see how she wants to protect him from, you know, the Clave, the Inquisitor, and all of that. And, you know, she has this dilemma. She feels divided with this whole thing, and honestly I feel bad for her because, you know, we see, yeah, she's strict, she goes by the rules because she doesn't really have much choice given her past with the circle, but we see how she is, like how we say, contra la espada y la pared, you know, she's in between because it's like, I want to protect you, but at the same time the law is hard, but it is the law, you know, which makes me hate the Inquisitor. Like, this woman is just ruthless. Like, I don't like her. Like, it's like, oh, I don't believe you, you're lying, this is plotting. And like, honey, just because he's not telling you what you want to hear does not mean he's lying, okay? Just because Jace is not telling you exactly what you want to hear, that yes, I'm your enemy and I'm here to destroy you, like, it doesn't mean he's lying, okay? Like, God, I hate that woman. Like, you cannot get around her. Like, you cannot get into her to like get her to make sense, you know, and I hate that. Aside from that, let's see what's the... Now we are gonna get to the more spoilery area. Clary and Simon starts in this part, like sort of starts in this part, or does start in this part, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I feel like they did it better in the TV show because we just jump on it here. It's like Simon threw himself into Clary's lap and Clary just was like, okay, fine, yeah, just be here, like, fine. Like, they just threw it in there. There's no development, there's nothing here. It's like, it was rushed. Like, they just kissed and she's like, okay, fine, yeah, sure, let's be together, even though there wasn't any chance for her to actually develop feelings for him. And it kind of makes me feel bad for Simon, but at the same time bad for Clary, because it's like she's in this automatic limbo. Like, she's just, okay, this is what's happening in my life, I have no control over it, and that pisses me off. Alec is being a little suspicious in part 1. Like, he goes out and then he comes back and it's like, where were you, Alec? Like, what were you doing, Alec? Also, he at the beginning of chapter 8, which is at the beginning of part 2, I have not read chapter 8 completely. Anyways, let's get to that. He just has a key to Magnus's apartment, and I know for a fact it's not because Jace is staying there. Like, if it wasn't because of that, Jace would have a key, not Alec. Like, let's face it. So maybe some Malik is going on here. Like, I suspect that Malik has already started, but we, the reader, don't know it yet, or nobody else knows. Like, they're keeping it a secret, and I love that. Also, Magnus. I love Magnus. Like, his sarcasm, his, you know, like, there's this line. It's actually on part... Oh, right, okay. Where is it? Where is it? Like, I think it's on part 2, right? We came to see Jace, Clary said. Is he alright? I don't know, Magnus says. Does he normally just lie on the floor like that without moving? Like, that was in the show, and I love, like, they talk about it in the podcast where they wanted to add that line in the show, and how Harry Shum Jr. just delivered that line. It's just amazing. I love that part. Like, Magnus makes me laugh. The sarcasm in Magnus's apartment makes me laugh, which is what I'm reading right now. Like, they are about to go to the Sealy Court. Right now we are on part 2, chapter 8, and people say, readers say, that chapter 8 gets a big reaction out of them. So I'm scared of what's gonna happen. I mean, I saw the show, so I have a bit of a, like, I have my suspicions. Like, I think I know what's gonna happen. But at the same time, it's like, in the show they did it better because they... Spoiler zone. Okay, in the show they did it better because they made it clear that they weren't siblings. In here, it's still, like, in the show they weren't siblings in that part. In here, we know they're siblings. So, also, oh my god, like, the tension is still there, and it's like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong, you know, the tension is there, the feelings are still there, we still see the feelings, like, they are avoiding each other, they're nervous around each other. It's like Cassandra, they're siblings. Please don't make me love this tension. They are siblings. I'm not supposed to be intrigued by it. Like, please stop. It's actually disgusting because it's incest, right? Obviously I know what happens after this book, but yeah, it's still like, there's not supposed to be any tension here, but they clearly is, and it's, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I'm not okay with it. Honestly, I'm not okay with it, but at the same time, like, I know what's gonna happen, but at the same time, they don't know what's gonna happen. They don't know the whole truth. So it's like, that's wrong, guys. Oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. Yes, you are, honey. Yes, you are. But yeah, those are my thoughts for now. This vlog is gonna be huge. I think I'm gonna divide this vlog actually into like 2 parts, like book 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6. Which also, I went to the bookstore and I picked up the 3rd book so that I do not have to wait a single second after finishing book 2 to get to City of Glass. So yeah, but we will get to this when we get to this. It's fine. But yeah, I'm about to read or finish, because I already started it, chapter 8, which is the Silly Court chapter, and they are about to get to the Silly Court. They're about to meet Isabel to get to the Silly Court. I don't know if I'm gonna film my reaction, but I will update you as soon as I read it. There might be spoilers in that scene. Okay, something else I forgot to mention before I keep reading. Look, I forgot to mention Look. Like, we get to see how caring he is, how he wants to take care of Jace and Clary. Like, Clary is staying with Look now, and which surprises me, because I thought Clary was gonna be staying at the institute, but clearly she's not. She does not want to face Jace or whatever. Also, there's this scene where, you know, when people find out that Jace is Valentine's son, that, you know, he is basically not allowed, or Mary's like kicks him out of the institute, and Jace not really knowing what to do, he basically goes to Luke, you know, and that's something that felt nice, because, you know, I guess Jace sees himself in Luke, or Luke sees himself in Jace. Luke used to be a shadow hunter, and then he had to find this whole new lifestyle because he was no longer a shadow hunter. And even though Jace is clearly still a shadow hunter, you know, the institute has been a huge part of his life, and now he's like lost and he doesn't know where to go, so he relies on Luke for a bit because of that. I mean, that only lasts like a chapter or something, but still, like, and you see how like the fatherly side of Luke, and I love that, like how he's always there for Clary, and he was gonna be there for Jace, but you know, like all of that, it just, Maurice and Luke have those similarities. Like, even though they are, you know, very, I don't know, they follow the rules, and they're like, you know, they're really important in the shadow world, basically, because, you know, Luke is an alpha, Mary's is like the head of the institute. There's still this paternal side to them both, and how they care about their kids, even though they're not their kids, you know. But yeah, it's something that I really liked. Yeah, that's all I want to say. I love Luke, I love Maris. I feel bad for Maris, but yeah, I love them both, because I understand them. Like, I've gotten to understand them. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get back to reading. Page 169, page 169, chapter 8. What is wrong with this woman? I haven't even read that part. Like, I sort of spoiled myself reading down the line. I should have covered the page. I can't. Okay, first I was scared for Clary, because, you know, she like sucked on her thumb because of the blood and all of that she wants to, the queen wants her to stay with her. Like, what? I'm scared. And then I read that line. You guys, if you read the book, you know what line I'm asking, like I'm talking about. Oh, this queen is crazy. Honestly, this queen scares me. I know I look like crap, I need to shower. This queen, the silly queen, scares the crap out of me. Like, I'm just gonna keep oh my god, you guys are going to see me read. I hate when they call him Jonathan. Like, I hate when they call him Jonathan, I swear. This woman is sick. How many times have these guys told her that they are siblings, that they're brother and sister? This woman is sick. Or maybe she's saying that so that they won't free her, to just keep Clary. This woman is sick. Also, I love Jace's sarcasm in this book. Like, well, I'm not kissing the mundane, said Jace. I'd rather stay down here and rot. Forever, said Simon. Forever's an awfully long time. Jace raised his eyebrows. I knew it. He said, you want to kiss me, don't you? I love Jace. Like, love-hate relationship with Jace, but mostly love. Yeah. I'm close to that reveal of what they have to do to get out of the silly court. And I just know what it is. This woman is crazy. Okay, so I've been forgetting about updating you. I am on chapter 17, so almost done with City of Ashes. And Imogen Herondale. Jace told you, and you didn't believe him, honey. You didn't believe him that your plan would not work against Valentine. I hate that woman. Honestly, I hate that woman. Also, Malik. Yes, we love Malik. We almost got the Malik, okay? Just, you know, Magnus being Magnus. Love the fearless room. Like, this is the messiest update ever. I just really want to finish this. Like, I really want to finish this. Okay, aside from all of that, honestly, I have notes here. Like, I wrote something. Oh, chapter 8, unnecessary. What happened on chapter 8? Unnecessary. I'm grossed about it. Like, I'm grossed about it. Also, nobody would know. Jace, come on, that's gross, okay? Don't do that. Also, why am I so intrigued by their tension and their angst? Is it? Like, I don't even know what it is. Like, I'm intrigued by it and I'm disgusted with myself that I am intrigued by it and that I want more of it. Also, Simon is... I love Simon, except for the part where Clary and Simon ship. I don't like that. Like, it's just, again, like, you never asked her, okay? You just went with it, Simon. Like, you never asked her. Where's the consent of being boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, what? That makes no sense. Also, I'm pissed at Jace, okay? I am pissed at Jace because he had no right to out Alec like that in front of his friends. He had no right, okay? Like, I don't care if it's obvious. I don't care if it's Magnus. Like, you have no right. Like, Alec got upset. He got nervous. It broke my heart that Jace just put it out in the open. Like, that's not your call to make, Jace. Come on, like, you know better than that. God, I hated that. And last but not least, Valentine is boring when he talks. Like, I get it, he's a villain. Like, he has to talk. Okay, he needs a part of this. He needs to be a part of this, but like, he talks too much. It's like, honey, shut up. We don't care. Like, honey, you're gonna lose in the end. Okay, we don't care. Shut up. And Imogen just pisses me off. I do feel sorry for her, obviously, because of her past, but in your face, girl. Like, Jace was telling you the truth the whole time, and just because it was not what you wanted to hear, you didn't believe him. Like, you thought he was lying. He was not lying, and now it's all blowing up in your face. That's where I am at on chapter 17, and I am loving this book. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star. Like, I gave the first book a 5-star. I think this is gonna be like a 4-star-ish, because, you know, like, sometimes it gets boring, then it gets good, but the boring parts are important to move the story along and to get us where we need to go. So I guess, you know, even though they are important parts, I really hoped they wouldn't be as boring. So I'm gonna give it a 4-star for now. I'll let you know once I finish this book at the end of the when I finish reading, you know, like when I finish reading. Also, spoiler alert, spoilery, when Alec tried out the fearless rune, like he was about to tell his parents about, you know, I jumped out of my seat and I screamed because I was so ready for that. Magnus freaked out, but like, I think that shows how well Magnus knows Alec and how he knew that Alec wasn't really gonna be okay with it once the effects of the rune, you know, like, were done for, like, you know. So yeah, but other than that, I'm just gonna keep reading. This was a very messy update, but yeah, I just needed to update you guys because I haven't done it in a few days. I feel like I'm gonna finish this book either today, like tonight, or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, because I don't want to rush it, because I want to understand everything, but I'll let you guys know. Although I'm less than 100 pages out from finishing it, so I'll let you guys know. Lightwood Pride. Lightwood Pride. I love that family. Period. Okay, I'm not focused. Okay, there we go. Last update for the City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, the second installment in the Mortal Instruments series. Last update, closing, wrap up. What do I think of this book? First of all, I did not annotate the book, but I did like dog-eared a lot of it. You can't see it because of the lighting, but I dog-eared like a lot, way more than the first book. Okay, what am I rating this? Let's answer that at the end of the video. So let's see. Jace, I feel so sorry for Jace. Like, you know, he deserved better in this book, although I am pissed at him because on chapter 9, you know, he had no boundaries with Clary. Like, she is your sister. Why would you suggest that keeping it a secret? Like, why would you do that? Like, that's just not... Oh, okay, that was so wrong. Like, I think that's the part that would subtract points to this rating. Like, this could be a 5-star, but that part subtracts points points. That part subtracts points to this book because that was just wrong. Simon is a, you know, it's a vamp. Like I love that. I love that. Like obviously I knew it was coming. I thought it was gonna be in the first book. I don't know why, but like it happened here. And like I feel like in the series they made it way more emotionally than in this one, than in the books. I think I prefer the series scene better than this one, honestly. But you know, it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't bad. At least I wasn't like, you know, wrecked when I read it here, but I thought I was gonna be. So maybe, you know, which is what I am noticing with the books. Like the series was way more emotional, like it gave me more emotion, and in the books not as much. I did laugh a lot with this, like the sarcastic remarks from Jace and Magnus specifically, like love them both. Magnus, we got a whole lot more Magnus in this book. We barely got any Magnus in the first book, like only like 1 or 2 chapters, and I love Magnus. I'm really happy that he's now becoming like a recurring character in the books. Like I was afraid, like in the first book we never, like we got to see him but not as much, and I was afraid that we weren't gonna see him, you know. So I'm just really glad that we got to see him in the second one a lot more. I love that we got to see more of Isabel and Alec. Like yeah, we got to see them obviously in the first book, but we get to know them a lot better here. Like they're not as cold and like mean as we thought they would be, like as we make them out to be in the first books. In this one we get to know them a lot better. Also, okay, chapter 14, it's the Fearless chapter. It's when they try out the Fearless rune, and Alec in that that chapter was an emotional roller coaster. Okay, it was an emotional roller coaster, but like the part that made me jump out of my seat and squeal was when Alec was trying out the Fearless rune, and you guys know what happens. Like you guys know what he tries to say in that chapter, and I screamed. And then I was pissed at Magnus because he didn't let that happen, but at the same time it shows how well Magnus is getting to know Alec, and he knew he would have regretted that happening that way, you know. So yeah, but that chapter was a roller coaster. Okay, also the Inquisitor, she's not the villain in this book, but god, I hated her. Like I hated her for most of the book. Then I understood, and then I felt like sorry for her, but at the same time like the hate was so much that the sorry for her didn't do much to me. Like I do feel sorry about what happens like at the end, but like, you know, she's not the villain, but she makes you hate her, and I love it. Like she doesn't understand, she's like very stubborn, and she's like, and I'm just like, dude, like come on, open your eyes, he's telling the truth. Like just because, like I've said, like just because he's not telling you what you want to hear does not mean he's lying. And she just couldn't get that in her head, and I was so pissed at her. Also, I don't like Valentine. Like I think I already said it, like he bores me. As I was saying, I forgot, where was I talking about the Inquisitor? Valentine, he bores me. Like he's a good villain, I guess, but like I hate that he talks so much. Like dude, like just stop talking. Like stop talking. Like all I hear from your, or all I read from your mouth is just blah 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 blah. Like I don't like you, dude. I just don't. I also love that we see Clarice and Luke's father-daughter dynamic and relationship more in this book. Like I love it. I do enjoy it. You see how much they care about each other, how he is there for her, like instead of like what happened on book 1, like he wasn't there for her because he had to protect her. Like I love how we see more of them here. I hate also that Jocelyn is in the hospital throughout the whole book. Like come on, like I know we get to, like with how this ended, I'm guessing like in the 3rd book she's gonna wake up. I really hope so. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Overall rating, oh, Malik is iconic. Malik supremacy, we love Malik, period. That's all I have to say about Malik, honestly. Like I want to see more of Malik in the next book, I really hope. But yeah, also more, like, okay, I cannot wait. Okay, so predictions for the next few books. I cannot wait for more Malik. I cannot wait for CZ. I cannot wait for Jocelyn to wake up. I cannot wait for the plot twist in season the plot twist in book 1 to not be a problem anymore, because I know for a fact that that is not true. Like the plot twist in book 1 is not true. My rating for this book is gonna have to be 4.5 star. Only because of Jace and Clary being a brother and sister and not understanding the fact that they're brother and sister. Like, guys, wake up. Stop it. Seriously, I should not be intrigued by that. I should not be attracted by that. I should not bookmark your little moments here because you guys are brother and sisters. Stop it. Seriously, stop it. That is why I am subtracting 0.5 stars. So yeah, 4.5 is what I give this book. It could have been a 5-star, but like that and Valentine being boring just just ruin it for me. So yeah, but I do really love this book, and I cannot wait for the third one, which is a lot chunkier, as you can see. Like, this is the second one, this is the third book. It has way more pages. I'm excited for this. I have the fourth book on the way, so you know, I'm in it for the long run. But I think I'm gonna leave this vlog until here, because I know that if I read all of the books in one video, this is gonna be like 2 hours long. So I think I'm gonna make this into a series. What do you guys think about that? Like, would you guys see a series of me reading the Mortal Instruments? Like, would you guys like that? I really hope you do, because I'm turning it into a series. But yeah, on the next episode of this series that sounded so pathetic, I'm gonna be reading City of Glass, and I know I'm gonna be really excited for this one. Like, I cannot wait for this one. Also, do you guys know that Heavenly Fire is like 700 pages? Like, it's bigger than this one, bigger than this one. I'm really excited for that one. But baby steps. Okay, let's go with City of Glass first. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little vlog, my little reactions, my little opinions about this book. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books, and if you have, which one is your favorite. It does not have to be from the Mortal Instruments. It can be from the Infernal Devices, the Dark Artifices, any of the Cassandra Clare, Shadowhunters Chronicles books. Like, which one is your favorite? Like, do you guys also think I should read the other series, or should I just stay with Mortal Instruments? Like, I maybe will read other ones, but I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more videos every week. See ya!